Hey surveyors, my name is Paul Paquin here with Seafloor Systems, and today we're taking a closer look at the new HyDrone 4.5 alongside its new carrying case, all included components, and the entire assembly process. Let's dive right in. Let's go ahead and undo these first 4 twist latches. Alright, now that we have the case open, let's dive right in. Keep in mind there are 3 different models of the HyDrone, the RCV, the ASV, and the ANP. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at the ANP model, which is the AutoNav Plus. The AutoNav Plus is this green computer right here. This computer interfaces with all of the onboard components, including the Echo Sounder and the GNSS system. Right back here we have 2 identical servo thrusters. Up front we have the shoreside Ethernet antenna. This antenna interfaces with the PC on board of the AutoNav. And then right in the middle we have the new Tandem X18 remote control unit. Alright, so let's move on to the left side of the case. First thing we're going to be taking a look at are these new batteries. These batteries are 6-cell lithium polymer batteries, a higher voltage than the previous generation. You're able to use the previous batteries on the newer HyDrone 4.5, but not the other way around. Right up front, you have the shoreside Ethernet antenna tripod right here. This tripod is where you mount the shoreside antenna. In this upper compartment is the new charger. This new charger is designed to work better with these higher voltage batteries. It charges them faster and is also made by the same brand. In this lower compartment are going to be some more auxiliary components. First thing we're going to look at are the antennas for the AutoNav Plus. You have 4 smaller antennas for the radio receiver and for the Wi-Fi on board of the onboard PC. And then you have the boat side Ethernet antenna. You have a bag full of hardware for mounting the frame, the AutoNav, and the boat side antenna. And then more of these bags have some more auxiliary components like USB adapters, USB drives, waterproof covers. This bag will have lots of the shoreside Ethernet cabling for the shoreside antenna and for the power. And then the last part is there's going to be a PoE power brick for the shoreside antenna, which will come with a tripod mount. The frame is stored in its own compartment, kind of in the whole middle of the case. The frame has a new pole clamp on the back. Alright, so now that we've finished up with the first half of the case, let's move on to the top half. We're going to start off by pulling this separator panel out. Alright, so we have both pontoons here. Let's pull out this pontoon. One of the newer features with the HyDrone pontoons is the new battery compartment. In this back section, this is where the fins are stored. In this next section, you have the HyDrone port and starboard cables. In this section, you have the GPS interface cable, and you have the sonar interface cable. And then right up top here, you have 2 free spaces for storing any spare equipment. Now that we've gone through the whole case, let's go ahead and assemble everything. So the first thing we're going to do is pull the pontoons out of the case, and we're just going to set them on a flat surface, preferably a table where the motors can hang off of the back edge of the table. After the pontoons are on the table, you can take the HyDrone frame, and we're going to just place the frame on top of the HyDrone and prepare the frame bolts for installing. Keep in mind that when you are placing the frame on the boat, the pole clamp is going to be mounted on the front, which is different than previous HyDrone models where the pole clamp used to be on the back. The AutoNav Plus was moved to the back of the frame for better weight distribution. After the frame's on the pontoons, we're going to go ahead and get into this bag of hardware where we have all of our mounting hardware for the frame and for the AutoNav or the RCV box, whichever system was purchased. And we're going to start out with taking these frame bolts, and we're just going to screw these on one by one. This new model is designed for toolless assembly, so we won't be needing these anymore. Now that the frame is installed, we can go ahead and install the AutoNav Plus, which is going to rest on the back of the frame and line up with these 4 holes. The ASV configuration as well as the RCV configuration also rest on the back end of the frame. We're going to use these 4 thumb screws to install the AutoNav Plus onto the frame. Keep in mind the RCV box also uses these same thumb screws for its configuration, while the ASV uses M5 bolts with wing nuts. Before we get into the back end of the pontoons, let's go ahead and install the Wi-Fi and receiver antennas. Each system will have different antenna configurations for their setups, but the AutoNav Plus is the only system that uses the boat side Ethernet antenna. Now that we have the screws and antennas installed, we're going to take a look at the back of the pontoons. On the back side of the vessel, we're going to start by slotting the fins in. The fins slot forward and then attach upward. We can use this new thumb screw to securely fasten the fins inside the fin housing. I want to point your attention to the new drain plug that was added. This drain plug is for draining any excess water that may be gathered inside the pontoon during harsher sea conditions. After the fins are installed, we can install the servo thrusters, which just drop straight down and fasten with the thumb screw on the side. We're going to then attach the cable to the 12-pin bulkhead on the back plate. After we have the motors and the AutoNav Plus fully installed, we can go ahead and start installing some of the interfacing cables. First ones we're going to install are going to be the port and the starboard HyDrone cables. These cables will be the same for all configurations, so just keep that in mind. After we have all of our cables and motors installed, we can open up the center hatch and start installing our 6-cell lithium polymer batteries. Notice in the back there is a built-in connector where the batteries plug into. Once the battery is plugged in, you can use these 2 small latches to hold the battery in place. Alright, so now that we have the HyDrone completely assembled, we're going to go ahead and install one of the seafloor echo sounders on the front. Specifically in this case, we're going to be using the SF200. So we're going to open up the SF200 case, and we're going to take out the transducer, the top side, and 1 yellow survey pole. Now we're going to screw the transducer onto the end of the survey pole. After the echo sounder is installed, we can install the survey pole on the front of the HyDrone's frame on the pole clamp. We're going to take the topside box and clamp it onto the top of the survey pole. I want to note that the topside box needs to be installed higher up on the survey pole so that it's further away from the water and doesn't get splashed too much. After the topside box is installed, we can go ahead and connect the sonar cable into the topside, and we can start installing the GNSS system. Now that we have all 3 components installed on the survey pole, we can take one of the GNSS system cables. Specifically, we're going to be using the white serial cable that is included with the HyDrone case, alongside the GNSS system's serial output cable. The AutoNav and AutoNav Plus are both compatible with any GNSS receiver that can output its position through a DB9 serial connector. And that was a closer look at the new HyDrone 4.5. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to our customer service team. All links are provided in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time.